Hi, I'm Elise, this is Witch Way, and welcome to episode 12 of Witch Watch Recommendations. We're starting with the 1944 supernatural horror, Weird Woman. A college professor skeptical on the supernatural marries a woman who is highly superstitious. He challenges her beliefs and convinces her to break all of her protective charms, leaving them apparently open to the conniving of one of the professor's colleagues, a jealous woman intent on breaking up the newlyweds. Something that may lead to her own demise. Knowing this film is based off the book Conjure Wife, this film is a 2-star from me, as it changes a lot of the original material, though it's still fun to watch. Next, I decided to check out Enchanted, the 2007 fantasy romantic comedy musical. A classic animated Disney character is thrown into the real world by a scheming, magical, evil queen. While she awaits her prince to find her, she is taken in by a lawyer who eventually falls for her charm, but the evil queen wants rid of her for good. This queen is a mix of Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty and the evil queen from Snow White, and I actually really enjoyed the performances in this film and give it a 4 out of 5. It didn't get a 5 as I'm not much for rom-coms. 2022 saw the release of its sequel, Disenchanted. Our fairy tale character has now settled down with her new family and, finding things hard with her now teenage stepdaughter, wishes for a fairy tale life. She gets her wish, but not without its consequences. This follow-up film lacks the charm of the original. It's a bit repetitive with its evil queen inspiration and feels very drawn out, so only 3 stars for this one. Rolling back a couple of years, I also watched the 2020 documentary Witches of Hollywood. Pretty self-explanatory title, but it looks at these Hollywood witches from a feminist perspective and how they related to what was going on in the real world at the time of their iconic film releases. 4 out of 5 for this one, as it's right up my alley. Back to 2022 now with Ivy and Bean, a series of kids' adventure films. 2 very different children come together, use their imagination and Ivy's spells to create wild adventures. These 3 films are cute, but nothing too great, so 2 stars. Into some horror now with Return of the Salem Witch, a budget film which follows a bunch of students who mess with an old book and get possessed by the spirit of the first woman executed for witchcraft in the Salem witch trials. Poor acting, setting, and storytelling gives this one a 1-star rating from me. Sorry. Another horror from 2022 is Warhunt. During World War II, a unit of soldiers are sent behind enemy lines into the Black Forest of Germany to retrieve top-secret materials from a crashed cargo plane. But there be witches in these woods, and now the soldiers have a new enemy in their midst. This film could have been good. It was a very different setting, so 3 stars here, and you can see my Witch Lore review for more on this film. Into some series now, and we had some great new additions in 2022, starting with Half Bad, the bastard son of the devil himself. In this world, there are blood witches and fairborn witches who are intent on eradicating the former evil witches. Our protagonist comes from a fairborn family, but whose estranged father is a blood witch, responsible for killing hundreds of fairborn witches. According to prophecy, the fairborns believe that he will be the one to take down his father. He needs to find out for himself, but finds more, such as new relationships, more about the blood witches, and awakening his own power. This is a refreshing take on a witch series, and I loved it. 5 out of 5 for this one, and I can't wait until season 2, if there is going to be one. It's based off of the book series Half Bad, so I'll have to check those out as well. Next, I watched the 2022 teen drama, You're Nothing Special. After her grandmother's passing, a teenager moves from the city back to her mother's hometown. She soon learns of her grandmother's renown as the village witch and wonders if she too may have this ability. Is it magic or is it just meddling? She must navigate her new school and new relationships to learn valuable lessons. A very cute show with lots of awkward teen moments. 4 stars for this one. It was a lot of fun to watch. Finally, we have the teen horror drama Wednesday, released just this month, 2022. A teenager with a very spooky outlook on life is enrolled in Nevermore School for Special Outcasts. Initially trying to escape the establishment, mystery surrounding the school, her part in its possible downfall, murderers taking place in the surrounding woods, and discovering her own special abilities, she decides to stay and hopes to forge her own path. I love this series. The acting, the costumes, sets, and quirky one-liners stay very true to the Addams Family vibe. It's such a different series and pays homage to its source material in many small and fun ways. 5 out of 5 stars for this kooky series.
I prefer spooky.
There is also a brand new podcast that has been brought to my attention. I have started listening to Magnolia Street, dedicated to everything practical magic, the films and the books. The Steeners, the host of the show, do a deep dive into the world that was created by Alice Hoffman. I'll link it below for you to go and check out yourself. There will be no Witch Watch for December, as I will be doing my top witch movies and series of 2022 as a whole. Something special though will be coming in 2023. I will be taking you through the history of witch movies from their very inception. So be sure to subscribe to my channel to be notified of more on this and follow me along on our journey. What have you watched lately? Let me know in the comments below, as well as any other witchy recommendations for me to watch for my witch lore reviews. Follow me on socials for some additional content, and as always, thank you very much for watching here on Witch Way.